All right, peace and love. This is Dre and welcome to my channel. Have you been planning that trip? Have you been thinking about going on vacation? First, you definitely should follow through with it because your body, your mind, your spirit probably needs it. And that's what I'll be talking about and discussing today, as I'll be showing you 5 ways of how traveling can be healing for you, right? We are all tired. We are all overworked. Our bosses or our clients or our businesses, they demand a lot from us. And as always, we try to do our best to deliver in the best ways that we know how, right? But truthfully, in my opinion, we over prioritize work and do not prioritize enough for ourselves. Our culture has conditioned us to pour into others or other things and to not pour and shower ourselves with the things that we need. If you've been feeling like you need to prioritize yourself more, or that you've been feeling overwhelmed, I want you to stick around for this entire video as I'll be highlighting some of our everyday stresses and really connecting with that of like how travel, or even if it's just a small mini vacation, can be healing for you. All right, that's what we're gonna be talking about, so let's get it. All right, so the first reason on why it is important for you to travel and to explore your country or other parts of the world is simply, and that is because it is generally a fun experience. Like, traveling is fun. This alludes to what I was speaking on earlier, is that, as adults, we really do not prioritize, like fun or entertainment within our lives. I mean, we do little things like very low vibrational things. Like, some of us might go to the club, or like I'm guilty, like I'll play my video game. Some of us might go to lounges, or we might go to bars. You know what we be doing, right? And that stuff, it can be cool, but it's a quick fix to our overwhelming lives. Like I said, it's very low vibrational, and I am guilty of some of it myself, right? I'm not trying to be like I'm woker than thou, but we generally do not intentionally carve out space for ourselves to have fun. But I know most of us, and me and my past self, would do this. If there was anything work related or business related, we not only carve out space for ourselves, but we create titles, we have subcategories, we have categories, we have divisions, classifications, various types of systems to ensure that we are prepared to work and support other things that really don't care about us, like our jobs, right? But I know that when I'm traveling, even when I've gone to like the cabins, which is about 45 minutes from my house, I feel alleviated of any of the responsibilities that I have, which simply brings about a lot of happiness, and joy, within me. And with that, let's flow straight into point number 2. All right, so contrary to popular belief, when you prioritize time to take away from your work tasks and daily responsibilities and obligations, it actually increases the productivity of your career or other responsibilities, okay? Here's an example of what I mean. And I talk about this all of the time, but us humans are not meant to work. I've literally seen folks die from being overworked. And I'm gonna share this analogy with you that my therapist shared with me a few years back. All right, so you have a bank account, and every week or two, when you get paid, you place a little bit of that money into your savings. All right, you could be saving for a plethora of things, right? Maybe a house or a car, or maybe you want to take someone special out on a nice date. Just how we are taught to practice making small financial investments for ourselves, I would make the argument that it is equally or even more important to invest in our happiness and in ourselves, right? So going back to the bank account analogy, every week or 2 weeks or every quarter, you want to intentionally do things that is going to bring about happiness for you. And for my Capricorns and my earth signs out there, happiness does not mean getting a promotion at your job or anything work or career related. My suggestion was to travel, and traveling doesn't necessarily mean booking this extravagant trip outside of the country to Belize or to Bali or to Aruba, but go somewhere new within the country that you already reside in, or take a road trip an hour away from where you live. And particularly for my folks who live in a city where it's like a constant hustle and bustle, right? Loud noises, the air quality is really low. Go to the woods, right? Go to the suburbs, go to the woods and immerse yourself within nature to regulate your mind and your body, you know, and your spirit, right? Now, I'm not trying to get all philosophical. I'm not trying to get all yogi with you. However, I experience and I see the benefits of traveling and how it has contributed to my life. And honestly, it has changed like the direction of what I want to do in my life. But essentially what I'm saying is that work life is stressful. That's a fact. And I want you to do something today that brings about you joy and to craft up a game plan for later to go on that short or long-term trip. All right, so moving on to the next reason, and I just said this, but I want to emphasize it a bit more. Our society, our culture, definitely for us who live and grew up in the West, are being overwhelmed with work life and its demands, okay? Things are very fast-paced, and we are conditioned to give and not to receive. That imbalance creates a culture of people who will endure a lot of stress, trauma, and other mental and emotional damage. I see so many young people who are tired and exhausted, and you know, we're exploring other avenues to make money and to keep our heads above the water. And what's crazy, and I must admit, because I'm so guilty of this, once we finally get time to rest, I feel like I'm not being productive enough and that I need to do something work-related to feel accomplished, right? Our identities are literally connected to work, which is like absolutely insane. It's not healthy, right? And as weird and as sad as this all is, we condition and teach young children that this is how it should be. The American school system does its best to prepare young children for this work, fast-paced life. And I used to be a teacher, right? Kids are in school for 8 hours a day, right? They have little to no access to nature and our world, while they're learning. And freedom of choice and expression is discouraged. And if you fail to comprehend or follow the rules, or if you don't do well, then you get a boot in the butt, okay? That's literally how the job system works. And our kids are being prepared for that type of culture right now. Unfortunately, this is the reality for most Americans. And I'm not trying to start any type of rebellions or anything like that. However, it is important that we understand our reality and that we do the best things that we can do to feel good despite the circumstances that many of us are in. All right, if you are blessed to go on a brief vacation and to wake up and have nothing to worry about, to go out in the sun and feel the warmth, and to have your feet and toes, wiggling in the grass or in the sand, I promise you that it will provide you with hope and motivation to continue to move forward, okay? Also, if you're still watching and enjoying the content, once you finish, go ahead and check out this video right here as I show in full detail 3 affordable cities outside of the US where you can live and where rent is less than $1,000, for the month. And some places, I was even to find some where rent was as low as $500. Okay, like check it out. All right, again, I appreciate the love. And if this video content is something that you'd enjoy or that you do enjoy, I would be very happy and blessed if you'd like and subscribe, as it tells me that you are enjoying the content and it does well for the work I put into this and growing this channel. All right. Also, go ahead and leave me a comment or comments below letting me know some healthy practices that you indulge in for yourself. Please, please, please flood the comment section. This will be a great resource not only for me but also for folks later. Can't wait to see what you guys have to share, but I want you to stick around because you're going to want to hear about how affordable all of this can be and how your dreams can become a reality. All right, so reason number 4 on why you're gonna wanna travel and explore, just explore more parts of the world. And this may sound very simple, but it is really to engage with other groups of people in the world whose culture and practices are different from yours. Okay, so here in the United States, we are very culturally impoverished, and we're culturally detached from the rest of the world. As Americans are conditioned to have a level of arrogance about our culture being dominant. This has caused great disconnect, particularly for racially marginalized groups who live in the States, to avoid connecting with other cultures and groups of people around the world. All right, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about it, all right? But by engaging with people and seeing the similarities and parallels to their life and their experiences with yours, it creates and cultivates a very strong connection that can last a lifetime, okay? To delve and get like a little bit more intellectual, there's a term I'm going to share with you, and it's called Pan-Africanism, okay? And essentially what that means is that as a black person who grew up and lived in America, I recognize and understand that I have similar experiences to black people in Mexico, or black people in Costa Rica, or Brazil, or Jamaica, or South Africa. Although I may have never been to those places or met those people. However, my experiences, our experiences are all connected, even though my experiences are not theirs and their experiences are not mine. Same thing like if you're a woman, or if you're rich or you're poor, we are all connected in various different ways. And like I went to Ghana like just last year, my first time in 2022, and I have established long-term relationships with folks primarily because of, you know, our experiences were similar in many ways, and we were able to connect and build from there. You'd be surprised about the connections you'll make and how similar, you know, we all are once you step out and talk with people. There are opportunities that exist beyond what we were told that we needed to do. It is important that we prioritize ourselves and that we divest from these things that are not supplementary to the quality of our life, and that we invest more into the things that are. Your happiness, your sanity, and your wellness is important. Prioritize it. Now, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and watch this video here again. These are places where you can live today for less than $1,000 per month outside of the United States, all right? Peace and love to you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.